Hello Teacher Tech. So in this video I wanted to look at Sporcle. Sporcle is one of my favorite websites on the internet. In fact, I think I voted for it in the Webby Awards a few years ago. And it's one of my favorites because it's the perfect home for geeks. It's full of millions of quizzes on any topic that you can imagine. If you want to do a quiz where you're just looking at how many math problems you can solve in a minute, there's a quiz for that. If you want to do a quiz on the size of countries based on population or based on land mass, there's a quiz for that. There's a quiz on Disney characters. There's a quiz on the skeleton of a bird, the anatomy of a human eye, the anatomy of a hair follicle. It doesn't matter what you teach. There will be a quiz for you. And if there isn't, you can build your own, and I'm going to do a separate video to show you how to do that. Right now, we're just going to show you how to explore Sporcle, how to run a quiz, and how to get some information out of how you did on that quiz. So you can even set them as homework and get your students to take a screenshot of their final results to see how they did. So here's a quick tutorial on Sporcle. So this is Sporcle. We're on the home page here. Couple of things worth noting. One, I'm logged in here, so you would see a login button there, and you can log in with Google or Facebook or create your own account. And that's worth doing. It's worth getting learners to do as well, because you get a higher level report where you can actually see question by question how you did compared to everybody else who's ever played the game. And you'll see an example of that in a minute. Now, I can search for quizzes here. I can just jump to a random quiz and so on. You can see that ads appear on the page. You can remove ads. It's about, I think it's £4 or £5 a month, and you can get rid of ads. I've never felt the need to pay for that. I don't think the ads are obtrusive or get in the way in any way, shape, or form. So just to give you an idea of how Sporcle works, I'm just going to play this intro quiz here, and then we'll come back and we'll do a search for some other quizzes, and just so you can see what the range of quizzes available are. So if I scroll down here, can you name the 3-letter body parts? So I've got 2 minutes to play this quiz, and you can see my score runs here. They've also added this new feature called Showdown where I can compete against somebody else on Sporcle. I'm not going to play that right now, but 3-letter body parts. So I'm just going to hit play quiz. All I need to do is type in my answer here, and it will automatically recognize when I've got it right. So arm, toe. I keep thinking of more complicated body parts. 5 seconds left. No! I'm out of time. Okay, so what I get here is I can see my score, 5 out of 10. The Sporcle bot also got 5 out of 10. Now I can look here, I got 50%. The average score is 69%. Oh, hip, jaw, gum, rib, lip. Lip. I didn't get lip. Playing under pressure. So I can see my score, and again, like I said, I can compete with other people. And if I look here at quiz stats, which I'm just going to open in a new tab here, is that I can see question by question which are the ones people most often get. And I got the most common ones. And then you can see that about 70% of people also get lip. But then when we get down to rib, only 40%, jaw, only 30%. So I can even see question by question. Now, when I set this as an assignment or even get students to do this in class, I would just get them to take a screenshot or a snippy of this report and say to them, okay, I want you to do this until you get 90% or better, and then come and take the screenshot for me to show that you've done it. So I'm setting a game as homework and ensuring that students get 90% or better. So I can replay this quiz. So for the rote learning kind of thing that we might want students to do, the stuff they just need to know and memorize, I can just make them do it over and over again. Now, like I said, once you have an account, you can build your own quizzes, but you may not even need to. As I said before, if I look at a human skeleton, for example, I'm just going to take a couple of random examples. Look, I've got a bunch of quizzes here. Human bones, human skeleton, where now I'm naming all the parts of the body based on different regions. And there are some of these that are going to be image-based, where what I'm going to see is an image and a diagram that I need to label. So now I have that prompt where I can say, okay, we've got the jawbone, we've got the neck, the spine, we've got the sternum here. So we can start naming all of those parts. Now, even for vocational areas, if I type in an engine, we can look at simple machines. Can you name this 6 classic simple machines? Okay, let's look at there must be one here on a car engine codes, car engineering. And you can see that each of these is rated. So you've got the good ones have been rated really high here. We've got 4 Sporcles. It's been played 216 times. So we can look at different styles of engines and look at vocational material as well. And like I said, you can upload your own images, you can do your own diagrams, and you can build your own quiz from there. And I'll do a whole separate video on how to do that. Just very quickly, if one of the things that sometimes you struggle with is how can I embed maths or English, there is a great series of minute maths quizzes here which I can do. So you can see again they're rated at different levels, but this one's been played 3,600 times. And here we go. It's how many addition, multiplication, division problems can I solve in 1 minute? And this works on any Android or Apple device, so students can do this on their own devices. It's harder to do on a mobile phone because it's so small, or you could have one student sit up at the computer that's running the board or the laptop that's running the whiteboard, and they do it as a class, and they kind of shout out the answers, and one person's up front typing them in, which is a great way to do it as a quick, energetic starter at the beginning of a session. They're all going to get involved and take part in it. And like I said, there's no work for you to do here other than find the quiz and make sure there's one that fits the content you need. But like I said, there's plenty for English as well if you want to then embed. So the most common English words, we can do word forms as well, so verbs, adjectives, those sorts of things. We can do word letters, word matches, word expansions. There are going to be one on prefixes and suffixes, all kinds of things for you to play around with. So absolutely check Sporcle out, see if there's a quiz there for you, and I promise that once you get started, you're going to find that an hour's gone. You've played 20 quizzes and had a bunch of fun yourself, but you can also use it really effectively in the classroom. Have fun. And I'm sorry I've just ruined your lives and taken up all of your free time for the rest of eternity because Sporcle's that cool. All right, bye.